One way of illuminating a room without the need of any ceiling lights and their light sources is the ambient light. When you select the Render tab and click on the Exterior Light Settings icon in the toolbar, you can scroll down in the left hand panel until you find the section titled Ambient Lighting. By default, the ambient lighting percentage will be set to 40. Ambient lighting may or may not be sufficient to light up your entire room without the use of at least some light fixtures. A good way to test whether or not you need any light fixtures for your room is to set the ambient lighting intensity at 100 and then fire a render. For example, in the case of this kitchen, if I were to open the gallery here, in this case, this is a render run with the lights completely off and the ambient light alone set to 100 intensity. When you select the same, you can see that even though the ambient light is set to 100, there is still a requirement of a few ceiling light fixtures to illuminate the room sufficiently. In a similar manner, you can use these settings for your design as a benchmark to see how many ceiling fixture lights you need to add. And you can use a combination of the two or ceiling lights alone. For example, if we were to take a few renders taken at various settings, you can see that the bottom row signifies the renders with the light fixtures off with varying ambient light intensities, whereas the top row indicates the ambient light intensity variations when the light fixtures are on. You can see here in the top row that the added effect of the ceiling lights as well as the ambient light has a significant effect on the brightness of the room. Using these as a reference, you can see which combination of light fixtures and ambient light intensity to keep. In this particular case, since I had already set all the ceiling lights at a proper intensity and number, the ambient light intensity at zero, in other words, no ambient light would be required, and all the light fixtures exactly how they were would be sufficient for this room. However, in your case, if you haven't put any light fixtures yet, it would be a good idea to first test out the various ambient light intensities and see if or not you require any further light fixtures to add to the overall brightness. You can even choose the color of the ambient light by selecting exterior light, making sure you're on the sunlight tab, and under ambient lighting intensity, you can set the color rectangle to be anywhere within the color gradient using the picker tool or typing in your specific value in the RGB, HSL, or hex code.